Well, I know it's confusing, but it started out kind of simple. I had this idea, quite a strong inspiration for this story that I called the Tentacles, which was kind of reminded me of the rhyme of the Ancient Mariner. Just a spooky old sea tale that continues to the present. And all right, so I wrote it, thought of it, and recorded it in the voice of a sort of an old orator, 1900s type, maybe going around from one city to another. And I thought of it in the crackly sound of a wax cylinder that we might have found it on recording.
He signed the post above his door, the Tentacles, no less, no more, as if to signify an inn run by a salty sea captain, now landlocked, but 'twas not to be, for this mate was still out at sea.
And then I came up with the idea that, well, this was found mysteriously here in Las Vegas, which was kind of on the opera and lecture circuit at the time. So I recorded it that way. And then I came up with more stories. I came up with the idea of imagining that Romaine Fielding, who was a producer and movie star from that, silent movie star from that era, who was headquartered here in Las Vegas for a few years at the Plaza Hotel, and shot a lot here, that he had recorded these stories as pitches to his staff, let's say, and they had recorded them. And then I found an actor here, a guy who very much looked the part, Marcus Gottschalk, to voice these things, and I just expanded the idea of putting these in an old context.
The suffrage of the silliest folk has made a circus of the popular vote, even in the president's race in 1920, when our story takes place. Talkies were now on the silver screen. The biggest stars were rarely seen.
The near-dead candidate is an example, because these were all, including the Tentacles, these were all ideas for films that I had or have had in various form, from completed scripts, treatments, to just shorter ideas. And in the case of the near-dead candidate, that is a story that I have almost produced as a film. I've been at it for 4 years. But anyway, it's the story of a candidate. It's based on my actual run in the presidential pre-primary in Arizona in 2012. That's how this story came about. But the idea of a candidate who we don't really know now if he's in a coma or alive or what his status is, because he's being shielded by his advisors, but he's still running as a candidate no matter what state he's in. So that's an example, and that's one of 15 or 16 stories that are in this collection and that we've done as little recitations by Romaine Fielding, which is a vehicle for making these stories available as a package, or they might hopefully be done as a series here in Las Vegas as a sort of a Twilight Zone type series, or they might be sold as a package or in part. They're, as I say, they're all film properties, TV properties that I think are good ones.